Welcome to Soul Infused Monday. I'm so excited that you're here. It's the second show of the year. We are still so fresh into the new year. And I would love to hear from you where you're watching from. So if you're live on the call right now, or if you're on the replay, leave a comment below, say hello, click the love and like button so I know you're here. Today, it's all about the misconceptions and the lies that so-called self-proclaimed gurus might be telling you that are actually in the way of you growing in a joyful way. So if you're new to my show, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre, and I believe that self-love is the foundation to true inner peace, happiness, and success. And I also believe that in order to experience true self-love, you get to know who you are and to reconnect with your higher self and the essence of your soul. And I'm here to help you to shed off the layers that are not really you so that you can create space for the soul to come in. And I'm super excited that you're here with me this year. This year is going to be super transformational. I believe that this year is really about true transformation, awakening, and expansion. So if you're just jumping in, please leave a comment below, say hello. This is an interaction. I want you to be part of the conversation. And especially with today's topic that might be a little bit hot for some, or maybe I say things that might trigger something. Some people might agree, some people might not agree. I am not attached to you believing everything what I say, but I am attached to be really making a difference for you in the best possible way I can. So who's here? Leah is here. Leah, I've been thinking of you lately. Leah from Indonesia, love it. Tina is here from Denmark. Okay, guys, fantastic. Let's get this started. And if you are live here right now, click the invite button, invite a friend of yours to come in, because this topic is super, super relevant and might actually change your friend's life too. So very briefly about me and why I wanted to talk about this. So I've been on the journey of deep transformation and healing for over 20 years. I've immersed myself in inner work, spiritual development, personal development, esoteric teachings for over 20 years. I have been immersed in this longer than in anything else in my life. I consider myself an expert. At the same time, I consider myself a student, and I will always be a student until I leave this body. And the only way that you can consider yourself being really good at something or an expert is when you keep doing it on a consistent basis, part of your life. So, and what I've seen over the years, even though there are so many incredible, skillful, kind, loving, generous healers, mentors, coaches out there, I've also seen a lot of misleading, false, unsupportive concepts coming, especially in the last few years, in the last decade, when everything is open to energy and meditation and personal development, and that's beautiful. At the same time, I wanted to come here and share a few things that I've seen that are really not supportive on your own journey, that might actually block your own personal growth, and to reveal some of the truth. Because for you to really grow, trust yourself, love yourself, live the most incredible soul-infused life, you get to trust yourself more, right? And that's part of this year for me to help you really do that. So I'm going to reveal some of the things that I believe are making a difference. And if I'm not able to cover all of it today, because I wanted to share with you today 3 of the most misconceptions that I've seen, I will continue the conversation on Monday. So before I jump in, I want to see who's here and are you excited about this topic? What do you think about this topic? What is actually speaking to you about this topic? Emily, hi. Yeah, Emily's excited about this topic. Yeah, I got your email. Thank you. Totally. Heather joined. Michelle is here. Hi, Michelle. Josiah is here. Miss Josiah. Monique or Monica. Okay, fantastic. Click the like and love button if you're excited about this topic, and I'll take a sip of water and we jump right in. Okay. I've been thinking about this, and there are many things that I can teach. What I give is not what I have. I have so much more to give, and I can only scratch the surface. But I want to talk about one misconception, or maybe one thing that's holding you back about personal development in general, then one misconception about meditation, and then a general thing that I've seen really blocking people, because I talk to so many people, women and men, and I keep seeing this. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about, what I see as a misconception, or maybe that is put out there in a way that is not the whole truth, is that the mind is everything. Everything comes from the mind, and that all suffering comes from thinking. And when you change your thinking, you change your life. And there is truth in it. Don't get me wrong. Nothing that I'm going to share with you today is completely wrong. However, that part of information is highly missing something. And I will dive a little bit deeper into that so that it makes sense to you. So stick here with me. So, all is in the mind. And some even say that thinking or the mind is the cause of all suffering, okay? And maybe you believe some of it too, all right? And before I go deeper into why that's not the truth completely, I wanna show you why that might not be supportive on your own journey, okay? Here's why this is not supportive. If you've kept hearing this and you believe it, and obviously it's not working if you just change like positive thinking, the term positive thinking, okay? It put out there over the years like that, that's the solution to everything. That when you think positive, your life will just miraculously change. And if you've tried positive thinking, or if you are really working on it and things are not shifting, what happens in our own process is you might start to believe, what's wrong with me? This is not working for me. And very disencouraging. You judge yourself. You believe like you should be further along. So these are just a few indicators, right? And I'm curious, does that resonate with you? Have you tried this concept, or have you heard this and you really tried to implement it? And even though you're implementing it, it's not really changing it on a deep level, okay? Hey, Debbie, Laurie, hi, Heather, see you, I see you. Yeah, leave me a comment, leave me a few comments here or questions on what do you believe about this topic. Very important for me to get your feedback, to get your engagement, and I love connecting with you. I love connecting with you. So keep it up with the love and likes and the comments. Leave a comment right now. So, even though there's truth in it, obviously, and if you've been following me for a while, you know I talk a lot about the conscious words we use, conscious use of language, what we think, where we focus our thoughts. So it definitely has a valid part and is necessary. However, it's far away from being the truth that that's the main tool or the main shift. And so many people talk about the mindset shift. You gotta change your mindset, and that's true too. However, there's something missing, because it would be that simple, that it would be only about the thinking, only about the mind, only about positive thinking, about the thoughts, the mental, let's call it the mental apparatus. Would the world not look a different way? Because knowing it still doesn't change it. Starting to think more positive will have an effect in your life, but does not create deep transformation in many cases. And there might be exceptions, obviously, and I'm not saying that there's no valid in that. So you take whatever resonates with you. And I want to, again, clearly say it's not a bad thing, it's just something missing. It's not the most important thing. And here's why, And it's not easy to explain it with the limitation of our human language and capacity to actually grasp the whole concept of our beings. beingness in who we are as beings, okay? The mental part of our construct as a human being, as a spiritual being, as an energy being is only one part. So even though the mind is very powerful and we think all the time, right? Like the mind is like this all the time, and it's part of its job. It's only one part. And humanity right now, where it is way more polarized in personality, emotions, and instincts still than through the mind. So if you only work on the mind, if you only focus on changing your thinking, if you only focus on positive thinking and you neglect everything else, you are not even scratching the surface. It's just, or you are scratching the surface, let's say that. And a huge, huge piece is missing. Does that make sense? Let me know if this is landing here for you. I want to make sure that I am conveying this, that it's valuable to you. Absolutely resonates. Okay, yeah, thank you. Absolutely true. Interesting. Yes, I would say that is true for me. Fantastic. Okay, good. And hi, Lynn. Hi, Megan. I'm happy you're joining us. And please go back and watch the beginning of this show. Super, super, super important if you missed the first part. Okay? And keep the comments coming, the like and love button. Okay, so that is a big, big, big one. Big, big, big one. So just knowing that alone, very important, listen to this, knowing that alone will not really change anything yet. One concept, by the way, out there, big time, that is not true either. Knowing does not create transformation. Knowing gives you the opportunity to actually do something about it. So awareness and consciousness is super necessary. However, that alone does not really reveal that deep block that you might have that is, you know, ancient or from the past, from childhood. So you got to look at it holistically and actually focus on those who are stronger than the mind, right? Because of course we can go also beyond the mind, but we come to that later. Okay. There's so much more to say about this topic, right? And at the same time, there's a limitation of time here and a limitation of me sharing my knowledge that I gathered for 20 years. But I hope this is valuable so that you can, when you find yourself thinking that or believing that, to say, hey, what the hell is wrong with me that I'm doing all this positive thinking and I still feel depressed? Or what is wrong with me that, you know, I know so much and I'm still in so much resistance? Like, what is wrong with me that I understand that I'm valuable and yet I don't feel good enough? Who resonates with any of this? I am curious. Like, what is wrong with me because I'm not where I should be, right? And of course, you are responsible to do the inner work to, you know, to set yourself free from that. At the same time, those misconceptions from outside, like, hey, positive thinking is everything, or just change your mind and everything is good, actually creates more frustration if you believe it to be, because you think something is wrong with you, even though it's just something is missing. And it's not only about a mindset shift, it's about an energy shift. Way more than just a mindset shift. Okay? Hi, hi, hi. Yes, landing, knowing does not create transformation. Yes, Megan. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, me. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm here. I'm there, Laurie, unfortunately. No, you know, like, I love that you said that. No, look at it as a gift. Look at this as a gift, because now you can do something about it. And I'm happy to help you. So totally shift your energy around that right away. Yeah, okay, great. And I'm not surprised that you resonate with me because, or what I'm saying, because you are drawn to this. And this, what I teach, is not for everyone. And again, like, it's only skimming the surface. What I teach is not for the masses. It's not even, it's so advanced, some of the things, that I cannot even convey in words. And you are not ordinary either. You're not average. You are called to be here for a reason. So it's a uniqueness that is not average, right? So I'm not surprised you're here, and I'm excited that you're here because you're part of my soul tribe that it really resonates, that wants to be more in truth, wants to be more awakened, wants to be liberated so that you can live the life you truly want. And you want to love yourself, and you want to trust yourself. You want to feel like you have meaning and you are contributing to this world. And you are here because you want all of that. And for some reason, you also know something is missing. And you get to keep continuing and to really peel off those things that are not serving you, okay? So yes, 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 opportunity, yes. Okay, so now that you heard me say, and I'm not gonna go deeper into this just because of time, and I might not be able to go into all the 3-1, but I want you to check in for yourself for a moment. Take a deep breath, tune in, think about that, the thinking, the positive thinking, anything that I shared, does that resonate with you? And have you been there? Like, have you believed that? And have you ever had a moment where you thought something is wrong with you because it's not working for you? And if that's you, just leave a comment and say, yes, that's me, or only me. Just share to see, you know, like, hey, does that resonate with you? Have you been there? Have you ever had that thought that it should be different and it's not working for you, something is wrong with you, right? Okay, good. And if you have a specific question, please use this opportunity while I'm here live on the show, okay? Yes, yes, me, okay, good. All right, I am going to cover a second one today, and if I don't cover a third one, I will make sure I will cover it another time. So I wanna cover one lie that gurus are telling you out there, or misconception, misleading about meditation. And why am I using meditation? Because I'm a huge advocate of meditation, and I cannot even begin to dive deeper into what that means to me and how life-changing that is. And I want to also make sure and clear and make a distinction that when I talk about meditation, I'm talking about an energy-based meditation that incorporates all 4 steps and processes and flows of energy that I teach in my inner work process. Because not every meditation, even though they're all valuable, however, not all of them create that type of transformation that I'm talking about. Because not all of them are, number one, energy-based, and they're focused on something else, so they have total value, but I'm talking about energy-based meditation. However, what I'm going to say about this one covers everyone. It covers everything. This misconception of meditation is supposed to shut off your mind, to quieten the mind, to stop thinking. Okay? Sounds very simple. It's like, yeah, you might have heard this before. Meditation is support to help you stop thinking. Have you heard this before? Do you believe that? Click the like and love button if that's something that you resonate with, that you heard before. It's about quietening the mind. You sit down, you meditate, and then you become silent. All right? Gotta drink a sip of water. So, no, that's not true, okay? And here's why. And of course, you know, I have to put context to this. There's so much more to say, but I want to keep it as simple as possible, because I do believe that meditation is one of the most powerful tools that you get to learn and to do every day. And it's not an easy one, okay? And it's not an easy one because we have a mind. And we have some other things that are actually making the process a little bit more difficult, right? So why is it not supposed to stop thinking? So first of all, here's one thing. As long as you are in a human body with a head and a brain and a mind, the mind's job is to think. So you will always have something to think about. Isn't that not liberating when you just see it as simple? You don't stop breathing, right, while you meditate. But you don't constantly think about breath. But it's not that you stop breathing. That's just as an example, to compare something. So your mind will be thinking, the job of your mind is thinking, and meditation is not stopping the thinking, okay? Number one. Number two, even though your mind keeps thinking, you can still meditate and energies will still shift. It's about awareness and going beyond the mind. And or also not judging the mind, because as long as you keep judging and you're trying so hard to stop thinking, imagine what a waste of energy. Like, and I've been there, by the way. Like everything I'm sharing with you is like, I've been there. Sitting there and trying hard to stop thinking. Yeah? It's like trying to stop something that you can't, like it's trying to stop the air that's coming towards you, right? Like the breeze is coming, wind is there, always there, and you try to stop it. It makes a loss of energy, okay? Does it make sense, guys? So, yes, it does quieten the mind in a way because you go beyond the mind. That's not something that just happens overnight, and there's not one simple kind of like ABC, 1, 2, 3 steps, and I'm beyond the mind, right? However, there is a way where you can become still in meditation, where the mind is still active, the breath is still active, your heart is still beating, your physical body is still operating, and yet you connect to a different state of consciousness, you connect to a different state of energy, and you can go beyond the mind and tap into that. And why is that not easy? Because first layers you hit when you sit down to meditate is the noise, is emotions, thoughts, all that stuff that we try to avoid and numb throughout the day. We're constantly busy with something or someone. We are listening to music, we're eating, we're drinking, we're smoking, we're having sex, we're gambling. And I'm not saying that's all bad, but the overstimulation of it is to numb what's going on inside of us sometimes that we feel is uncomfortable. So when you slow down, you sit down, you meditate, the first layers you hit are uncomfortable. And then most people give up while they're still in discomfort, and then they say, oh, that's not working for me. Yeah, it is working, it's just uncomfortable. So you get to penetrate those layers and be patient and have a certain process. That's why I have also many guided meditations to help you with that, so that you can go beyond those layers and get to the stillness, to the state of energy where you're centered, grounded, connected, and then you're opening up the vessel and you're preparing your field and your body to actually be able to reach up to a higher consciousness, to a higher energy, to your soul, and then to really let that come down, and through the deeper inner work to prepare yourself to have the space to live this incredible soul-infused life. Okay, so this was the second one, and I might take a few more minutes today and go briefly into the third one. And if you have a specific question, you have another maybe 5 minutes, so go ahead and don't be shy. Leave any comments if you agree, if you disagree, if you like what you're hearing, if you don't like what you're hearing, if this makes sense, if it makes no sense whatsoever. Just show up, be seen, go for it. This year is about really not holding back in any way. So last but not least, I want to talk about one thing, especially because I've been talking to, well, I always talk to people, obviously, but specifically at an event, I was talking to quite a few people, and I kept hearing this over and over again. And that misconception or belief or notion or whatever you want to call it, that it should be easy and this inner work shouldn't be so hard, okay? And, I understand where that's coming from. However, there's also a lot of, especially in my industry, and a lot of like this quick fixes that promise, like 3 quick tips, 3 steps, and then you're trauma free, or, overnight your life changes forever. And that can happen, you know, breakthroughs happen. Deep transformation, liberation does not happen overnight. If that would be true, you wouldn't even listen to me. I wouldn't even talk about this. We would all be happy, free, out there doing something else, right? So, and I was talking to a woman, and then she was, and I asked her, she was sharing with me what she wanted to create in her life. And I said, okay, what's actually stopping you from doing that? And she said to me, well, I think it should be easier. And I thought, oh my God, I'm so happy you said that to me, because I helped her to really go beyond that and change that. It was like, no, it's not supposed to be easy. It's not about it being easy. It's not about it being quick and never hard. Let me ask you something. So, and I'm sure some of you watching and listening are moms, have given birth to a child. It's just one example. But it's not easy to bring children into this world. It's not easy to be pregnant sometimes, or phases of it. It's not easy, and it does not happen overnight, right? Does it happen in a day? No. Takes a while to give birth. Is it one of the most beautiful experiences? Is it worth it? Yeah. Is it easy to run a marathon? It's not easy to run a marathon, right? And you don't get there overnight either. And a tree doesn't grow overnight. And a beautiful garden full of flowers doesn't just grow overnight. You plant the seeds, you work the ground, you water the soil, you give it attention, you give it work, you give it dedication. And sometimes it's really hard, and sometimes it's really uncomfortable. It's part of the process. So if you are afraid of hard work or facing discomfort or looking into things, and you wanted to keep it easy, you will never get anywhere. So if you believe that, if anyone comes to you and say, hey, super easy, it's simple. If someone says, I can tell you one thing, it's simple. Inner growth is simple. It's not easy. If you have that shift and you just really see, hey, and you see it as an opportunity, as a gift, as a blessing, and you compare it with anything else in your life that you accomplished that was actually not easy, it was hard. Maybe it was the birth of your first child, or the second or the third, or maybe it was something completely different. You trained for something incredible. Maybe it was business related, success in your, anyone here that has their own business? Oh gosh, it's not easy, right? Who's with me here? Like, who hears me here? Who agrees? Click the love like button and tell me. It is working, it's just uncomfortable. That's great. Yeah, Emily is fantastic. Thank you. I want you to share with me your takeaways and your breakthroughs, because they are so valid, so valuable, and you give and you be generous. Thank you, Emily, for always showing up. Okay, so I hope this was valuable. To really recap super quickly, the mind is the only tool, or positive thinking is the solution, is one misconception that you wanna not completely, hopefully believe anymore. Also that meditation is about stopping the mind, and if you cannot do that, something is wrong with you. And let go of that belief or lie that's out there that it should be easy, and that work is actually bad. No, it's good. And everything that's worthwhile, that's creating real joy, freedom, liberation, love, it takes dedication and work. So that was it. I tried to say so much in 30 minutes that I feel like, oh my God, I put so much in here. Okay, please leave a comment below and share with me what's your biggest takeaway, and set a reminder right now on your phone for next Monday. I go live again at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Usually not even 30 minutes, between 20 minutes, but today it was just such an important topic. Set a reminder, join live again next Monday, and bring a friend, and let's create a ripple effect. Don't hold back. Don't let your mind tell you, oh, I don't have time for this. This is how you start the week. There's always something you will get out of it, and it's completely for free. So use it. I want to see you next Monday. Can't wait to see you. Wish you a fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you next Monday on your calendar. Okay, I love you. Have a fantastic day.